Hello everyone, my name is Agnes Pereira, and I would like to talk about my last published article with the title Nonsymmetrical Thermal Conductivity along the Direct Field in Ferroelectric and Nematic Liquid Crystals. The first author is my former master student Lidiane Maria de Souza. The second author is a collaborator from the University of Leeds in UK, United Sophia, and me as the last author. So to talk about this article, I have to talk about liquid crystals. Liquid crystals, in summary, are materials that have a stable phase between the crystal, the solid crystal, and the isotropic liquid, and they have a broad usage in liquid crystal displays for computers and smartphones. And the purpose of this article is to say that the ferroelectric pneumatic liquid crystals, beyond they have an orientation along a direction named by the director field N, they also have a polarization represented by the letter P here, and say mainly that the heat flux along the polar direction is different in the opposite one. So my starting pointing is the Fourier equation that rules the heat flux in materials. So I will modify this Fourier equation, uh, placing new terms. New terms, this capital A ijk is representing a rank 3 tensor that comes from the polar symmetry that such materials have. And A0 is a parameter that controls the strength of this polar symmetry. So I will take this modify the Fourier equation with this new term Aijk and simulate the thermal conductivity inside of a small square using this software, the COMSOL Multiphysics. And I would like to show that the heat flux in one direction is different in the opposite one, along the director field, along the director, mainly the polar direction. And these, in summary, are my results. The contrast ratio represents how different is the heat flux in one direction and the opposite one, and this difference increases when the parameter A0 increases the strength of the polar symmetry on the material increase. Also, the contrast ratio increases when the inward heat flux that I pump in this space increase. And finally, the ratio decreases when the exit temperature in the opposite side of my wall of my simulation. When I increase this exit temperature, the contrast ratio decreases. The idea is to propose that with this non-symmetrical conductivity along the polar direction, I can use these materials to create thermal rectifier films to place in, for example, in car windows, car glasses, or house glasses, for example. Beyond this work, as a future works, I would like to present that such material could be used to create optical rectifier films. That has a feature that's very similar. The light transmission along one direction, along the polar direction, is different in the opposite one. And I will present partial results in the annual meeting here in Brazil, in the group that talks about complex fluids next month in October. And I will talk about the propagation of light in ferroelectric pneumatic liquid crystals. And that's it. Thanks so much for your attention. Thank you. Goodbye.